everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate y'all. Millie and Janice, Miss Barb and Miss Kathy. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all and everybody that's listening. Well, hello, Miss Rhonda. How you doing? I hope you're good. I appreciate y'all. Hi, Christy. Thanks for coming in. I hope everybody's had a good Sunday. I have had a lazy Sunday. Got up, went to church. We had dinner at church. And then came home and I was laid across the bed and turned on the TV and was watching football. And I was about to pass out and my phone rang. I was like, golly, I got so relaxed. It doesn't happen very often that I get relaxed enough to take a nap. But anyways, I know we were going to talk about Sebastian. Hang on just a second, guys, okay? Yes.
Love you.
Okay, sorry. My granddaughter came to tell me dinner was ready. She's like, you told me you were going to do a live Saturday. And I said, well, I did one yesterday because that's Saturday. She said, oh. Anyways. Hey, OG. How you doing? Hope you're good. But I know I talked about doing Sebastian tonight, but I thought, guys, let's do Summer Sunday. Kind of rhymes. So on Sunday nights, we'll do Summer, and the rest of the week, we'll do Sebastian, if that's okay with everybody. Hey, Little, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you being here. We do. Things are so crazy and popping off so much with Sebastian's case and everything. Okay, you like that, Janice? Good deal. We'll do that. Summer Sundays. So Sundays will be for summer, and we'll talk about her those days. And if anything else comes up during the middle of the week, we'll definitely do that. But before we start with summer, something just happened. I was over in Justin's just kind of listening to see what's going on over there. And let me tell you, I got to show you. Okay? Because Tony Mathis, which is Seth's spokesperson, put something in chat. So I want y'all to see this. Let me see if I can get up here to it. Okay, guys, look at this. We have information that a neighbor heard CP tell Sebastian that he hated him and wished he was not alive. Is that not sick? That is horrible. I could not believe that when I heard it. Isn't that something? I was like, oh my gosh. So I thought I'd show that to y'all tonight. And it's just, things are getting a little bit crazier as it goes. And I think with all this that's going on now, the injunctions or whatever it is, lawsuit stuff that's being put out. I listened to one of the hate channels today just to see what they were talking about. And they think, because they Googled, that the RICO thing that they're filing is not covered, that the lawyers do not know what they're doing, and it is not pertained to stream on media, stream on over the internet. And yeah, they're planning on suing the lawyers when this is done, because they're going to prove that they're stupid and they don't know what they're doing. Now, one of the lawyers, the head lawyer guy, he was Donald Trump's lawyer when he was being impeached. He worked with a lot of stuff, and the other lawyer was the defense attorney, for the defense, the National Office of Defense or whatever. Anyways, these people know what they're doing. And the head lawyer is being classified by his peers as one of the top 10 best lawyers in the United States. They know what they're doing. They definitely know what they're doing. And these are channels that make money from memberships, cash apps, super chats, all these things. That is money made while they are sitting here talking bad about the other people. And that classifies under the RICO Act. It's going to be crazy, guys. It's going to be insane crazy. And Tuesday, we will need to be ready for this press conference. But we'll talk more about all of that tomorrow. I got to trying to figure out what we could talk about with summer tonight and what direction we wanted to go. Everybody had said, let's start at the beginning. So tonight, I'm going to play several. I'll play one, then I'll have to take it down and reshare the next one. But we're going to play several like news clips, a press conference. There's Dawn's first interview, and then the interview with Dawn and the son, and then Dawn and Candace's interview. And if we have time, we'll play a couple more. But all of these were within the first couple of weeks of her coming up missing. And if you listen to it, I mean, there's really nothing more now than there was then. I listened to all of them, and it's just like, there's nothing more to it. They have no clue. And one of them, with Dawn's first interview they did with him, he blames law enforcement because his daughter still hasn't been found. And that's one thing I'll have to agree with him on. But if y'all are ready, we will go ahead and jump into it, and we'll get started. Ziva, no. She left my dog up here. It's driving her crazy because the baby isn't up here anymore. What? Did she go? No, I can't. I gotta do this. I have to. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're gonna do this with no kisses. Okay, no kisses. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sit. No, stay. Okay. She has to hug. She's a big old baby. So let's see here. Present. Here we go. We're going to start with the first one, and it is going to be just news interviews talking about she's first, when she first started going missing and they started looking into her. So, all right, here we go. Hang tight.
States flooded into Hawkins County this weekend to help search for 5-year-old Summer Wells. You're watching News Channel 11 and ABC's Tri-Cities at 11. I'm Kelly Rosefield. Summer disappeared Tuesday night from her home in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County. Her parents say she went out of a door in their basement and she hasn't been seen since. Crews estimate they've been searching about 2,400 acres since Tuesday night. Tonight marks night 6 of searching for Summer, with daily efforts wrapping up around 8 p.m. each night. But last night they went far beyond that, with crews working well into the early morning hours. Now take another look at this photo. This is Summer. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and stands about 3 feet tall. Bianca Moret spoke with Summer's father again today, a Father's Day spent without his little girl. Bianca, what did he have to say?
Kelly, Father's Day is supposed to be a celebration that families can enjoy. Well, John Wells, Summer Wells' father, told me he just wants his daughter back. And unfortunately, he told me his wish goes ungranted this evening.
I think it's really tough on all the people out here that are missing Father's Day, and it's making them a little bit edgy, and we're a little bit edgy. My wife is really edgy, and it's getting tougher, I think, for everybody.
Since Summer went missing Tuesday night, Don Wells says the Department of Children's Services has helped their family work through the trauma, but he says Summer's brothers are not doing too well.
They're kind of fighting more than usual and stuff, and I got into it first thing this morning, and the team come up running up the hill. They heard screams, and so I've been trying to keep it down.
Summer's siblings aren't the only ones struggling. Her father tells me her mother is also worried about the 5-year-old little girl.
She'd be frantic. I mean, she's having a hard time, and she'll be okay for a little bit, and then she's up and down.
This Father's Day, Wells tells me his worst fear has been realized. Do you think at this point that she is still alive?
I really don't know. Hopefully, yes. Depending on how bad or what's going on with her. I mean, there's always hope.
He told me that law enforcement is still blocking the entrance to their driveway to unauthorized vehicles in the hopes that Summer returns safely. However, he tells me that it is taking a toll on his family, and they hope that she is found safe and soon. Reporting live at the Beach Creek community, Bianca Moret, News Channel 11.
Okay. So the next one we're going to do is the Amber Alert. This is where they put it out. Let's see. Of course, it's not in order here, but okay, here we go. Amber Alert.
I'm Leslie Earhart with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Numerous local, state, and federal agencies are here in Hawkins County assisting in the search for 5-year-old Summer Wells. Here's the latest on the investigation. Summer was reported missing from her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road at around 6:30 p.m. on June 15th. She was reportedly last seen wearing gray pants, a pink shirt, and was possibly barefoot. At this time, the circumstances of her disappearance remain unclear, which means investigators have to explore all possibilities. Teams have searched from the air as well as on the ground, combing through thick and steep terrain.
We also have the investigators following every lead that comes in on TBI Find, and also the ones called into Central Dispatch. Every lead is important to us, and we follow every one. We still want to encourage the public and community, if they know something or see something, then they need to make us call, and they can remain anonymous.
We continue to hold out hope that Summer will be found safe. Anyone with information regarding her whereabouts is asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND or send an email to tips@tbi.tn.gov.
All right. We got a birthday boy in the house. We do. Happy birthday to our Landon. Mwah. Birthday kisses, Landon. Love you. I'll try to get over there when I get through with this. But happy birthday. Have a great day. We love you. Okay, this next one's going to be what they say is Dawn's first interview. So let's get that. His first public statement. Gotcha.
Just telling us, kind of what you've been feeling the last few days in the search for Summer. Can you just, let us know what you and your family are experiencing at this time?
Well, we really appreciate that outpouring of love, and we've never seen so many good people in one place. We just really appreciate everybody trying to help that they have, law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Just pray that God and His awesome power for His name's sake will please that Summer be okay, and please come home.
I can't imagine how you've been feeling these past couple of days.
Yeah, it's been rough, but we know, we believe in the resurrection. I've never seen so many Christians in one place in my life, like I say, and that's pretty awesome to see that. And I just hope God in His mercies will deliver Summer home to us.
It's pretty unlikely for something for her to do to walk off like that.
Yeah, she wouldn't do that. We even had one of our neighbors say they pulled up in the driveway and she ran to the door. So we warn her all the time. There's bears and other things that, we try to warn our kids about all these things all the time.
And can you tell us a little bit, what Summer was doing that afternoon or that evening?
She was planting flowers with her mother and her grandmother, and she wanted to go into the house. So my wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course, and she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys. So when her mother come in, she says, "Where's Summer?" She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there, and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we never seen her since.
And so then the boys, just when she walked in the house, what about time was that?
I'm not sure. 5:36. I'm not sure.
Not knowing what happened, do you have any kind of a gut feeling about it? Do you have any kind of an instinct feeling about it?
I wish I did. Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea. The FBI and the police have covered every single base, everything that anybody can think of, they've covered.
What would you say to people, as you're searching, what are you asking from other people? I know there's so many prayers coming out right now. Is there anything else you want to ask of the community and the public?
I just want to thank everybody the outpouring of love. That's all.
Guys, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go back just a little bit. I want you to pay attention to the son. Don is going to squeeze him, and he looks at his arm. Watch his reaction here.
Is there anything that you'd like to add that maybe we didn't ask you, or?
Not that I can think of, sir.
They told you about what they might be trying to do today specifically? Or?
They're still searching. They're doing everything they can. They're doing every single thing they can. We've tried to, we try to go to them with other leads and stuff. They're like, we've already checked all that out. The sex offenders, they checked all them. Anything that we can cover, they've already covered almost probably every base that they. We're trying to think and beat our brains out. They've covered everything that we can think of already.
Are they asking anything of you other than just people that you might suspect, or situations you might suspect?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm at work all the time. Candace was on one side of the house when she got gone. That, not even 50, 60 feet away. We know she wouldn't leave the property. There's no way she would do that.
Have you ever seen anyone in the neighborhood that doesn't belong?
Well, there are, people that come through there looking for drugs in the area, and that's probably with any place, but they've checked all them things out too. And they've got a hold of everybody. They've tracked everybody down that they possibly can. They've covered all the bases that they can.
Are you all from this area?
I'm originally from Utah, but I come out here to help my mother. I've been here on and off for the past 25 years or 30 years or 40, I don't know, but yeah.
Guys, he's only been in that area about 11 years, not 25, 30, or 40. Okay. Did y'all notice the little boy? I just felt so bad for that little boy. It's like he knows there's another story. It's like he knows that's not the right story. That's the feeling I get. And as you see under my name here, in my opinion, according to the words being said, Don's mother was from Utah. And she had somehow, if I'm not mistaken, Claudia Trent married a man. They moved to Tennessee. And then through her, Don's mother met the man that she married, and they stayed there on the hill. So, okay. This next one we're going to watch. Could y'all hear that interview okay? Because there is another interview that's a little better, but with that little angle they had there, you could see the boy real well. And so that's why I played that one. But if we need to play another interview that's a little clearer, I will play that one if y'all want me to. Or was that one okay? Yes, Mimi Jean. He came out supposedly to help his mom out and stayed with her for a while, went back to Arkansas. Him and Candace got together. He brought Candace back with him. And then they never left. And as far as the house goes, we know that Miss Clyda Trent and Dawn's mother were very close friends. They were like best friends. And when the mother got sick, if I'm not mistaken, don't take me on this one 100%, but I believe Miss Clyda had his mom, go to her house in Kingsport, right outside of Kingsport, and stay there. And so she kind of took care of her right there at the end. And then when she passed, in the mother's will, it had the house went to Clyda Trent. So Clyda was the owner of the house. Dawn and Candace were staying in it. According to what the mother wanted, she wanted Clyda to hold on to the house, for Dawn to get himself together and straighten everything up with his life, and, kind of get a grip on stuff and show that he was responsible. And then she could transfer it over to Dawn. And after, I think it was about 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, that did happen. She transferred it over to Dawn. So, anyways, that's what I know about how they got the house. Okay, so that was okay, Millie. This next one we're going to play, this is the interview with Dawn and Candace. And pay really close attention to their body language, because I think when we first heard it and started playing it and everything, we were so focused on their words that was being said. And we pretty much know what they're saying there, but listen to what they're saying, but really watch their body language. And if you watch Candace, you can definitely tell that she's under the influence of something. And speaking of under the influence, I was going to tell you guys this part too. Last night on Ziggy's, they were talking about some stuff. Somebody mentioned something about, did the police take substances up on the hill for the parents? And she asked Fred, and Fred said no, but they did ask Fred to take some alcohol up there to them, because they were pretty well known for drinking and all that stuff. Hey, Mimi of 6. But Fred said, no, I'm not going to take that over there to him. And so a couple of the officers did. And we've talked about that before, where the one officer, there is a picture, he's got a whiskey bottle in his hand, handing it to Candace. They got in trouble. They were taken off the case because just a couple of weeks in, 2 weeks in, TBI came in and started really paying attention. And that did cause a big stink. But their thing was, if we can get them drunk, they're going to tell something. So, anyways, I was going to share that with you. Here we go. Let's get this one going. And then we'll talk about this when we're through.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma. And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch. And I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was. And they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times. And I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Just go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of elusive.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. You know, I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their, I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, and I feel for them. But I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way. Just thankful for the person or persons that's doing that, out of love, trying to get information and trying to get her found. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts.
That means a lot.
And we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard. And she's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back. But, there's always going to be haters, and it's always going to be that way in this world. And we just want to focus on the good friends and Christian people that are trying to help us and praying for us and praying for Summer. And we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. And that's the kind of people we try to relate with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. I mean, because we just try to be around good people. I mean, and we do have good people in this area. We found out since this has all happened. We got some real good neighbors and good folks everywhere. But
the most important thing is to bring Summer home safe. I'm sorry that you feel this way about us, but we love our children with everything we have. We've never went without, thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband. He's always provided for us and has worked as much as he could and can and still is. And I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but that's my baby, and nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around, ever.
She loves to dance. she would always want me. She says, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl," and she would just like to twirl and twirl and twirl till my arm got tired, you know. But and you know, I put out there that one of Summer's favorite songs was Godzilla, and they say, you know, and they're jumping all over me about past tense was, you know. Well, I'm sorry about that. It's just,
She also liked the song by New Breed. It was called House, My House. She sung that a lot of times when I play it on the TV. She loved to dance.
she liked to think of herself as a princess, and you know, and all that, like all young girls do. And
She loved Frozen. She loved to be that Elsa, and
I think she really loved to be in church because she felt a lot of love there. And I think you can't explain what that love is, but you feel it and you know it, you know, when you're young. And she felt that there, and she loved everybody in that church, or she loves everybody in that church. I should rephrase that because they'll tear that apart as past tense, and I apologize again for that. I hope she gets to come home, you know, and I hope she gets to be with our church family again.
her best friend in that church was Robin. She loved her to death.
Yeah, she looked up to
When
women that were.
she come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
Any woman that was professional, that
was pretty,
yeah,
beautiful.
she looked up to those kind of women. She, you know, they were the word I'm looking for, I can't think of it, but she looked up to them. She'd give them a run for their money every day. She'd give them a run for their money, and there was times, you know, we'd be, you know, at our boys like, don't do this and don't do that. And next thing you know, a stick would come up and just whop them, you know, and it'd be like, Summer, don't do that. You
Summer
know?
was the boss of the family. She
Typical girl.
When they get on a line, she'd put them in line.
She'd do her best.
She loved to play in the mud and the water and swing on her swing and enjoy dirt.
When I run the lawnmower around, she would run behind me. When the boys run their bikes around, she, as fast as that little bike could go, she would be behind them running and keeping up with them, no problem. You know, she loved to run. She just loved to run, and she could pull herself up on that swing, her full body weight with her two hands, and she could do that. None of the other boys can do that, but she can.
Was she at school yet?
No, she's going this year.
This was supposed to be her first year.
She's been. We did all the what?
I took care of everything.
Yeah.
I had her already took on all of her shots and registered in the school ready for this year.
I just never expected for anyone to give her my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back.
Your old little girl.
If there's any way, if you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go, and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her, and you know, and us, and her brothers. And she's such a loving, good spirit. Please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. My biggest fear is, you know, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something, because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her, unfortunately, her downfall. Because a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, "Where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? You know, go get Summer now." You know, and that's happened over and over again. And we'd come out and she would always be close by, but we was always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And
She loved to be outside.
Yep. And I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything. And I'm afraid that she won't be able to, I'm locked away where she can't be outside or play with a puppy or anything, love nature, and that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to do any of
Enjoy the
these things
beautiful
anymore,
outdoors.
or that she could possibly, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive,
And find her
because
daughter.
it's so easy to get, lost in that negativity and stuff, and it's just not worth it. So I'm just, I appreciate y'all for the good things you see and your prayers. That's awesome.
When my sister went missing, I was in between Arkansas and Tennessee. I don't know all of what happened or what did happen, but I hope that they find her too and bring her home safely too.
But yeah, there's nothing. I mean, she disappeared without a trace. They haven't found anything, haven't found a body, nothing. And when you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope on Summer. I want to keep hope, but sometimes I lose hope.
Lose it.
And I think, well, maybe we won't never see her again, or so I start thinking in past tense. Sorry. But I'm trying to keep hope up. I'm trying to keep my prayers up and all that.
Okay, guys. I don't know where that's coming from. I have no clue where that was coming from. I don't know. Mimi is 6. I don't know why she would have mentioned that. Yeah, OG Nanny, that is so very strange for two people to vanish in the same family. Hey, Anna, thanks for being with us tonight here. There's one thing that sticks out to me now more than it ever did. We've sat and we've criticized so much of their interviews and stuff. But now that we've been doing Sebastian's case, and we hear the stepfather and the mother, and when it comes to describing him, it's nothing but negative. Don and Candace couldn't say enough good things about Summer, how happy she was, how loving she was, how she loved to go outside and play. She loved animals. She loved to swing. She loved to dance. They gave descriptions about Summer that is what we've been expecting from the Proudfoots. And I got to give them kudos for that. Oh, James. Oh, no, it's been a long day. Hi, Carolyn. Well, I'm glad you made it. It's just not the same, James, if you're not here. But, yeah, I got to give it to Dawn and Candace because they talk about her. They say positive things about her. They talk about how good she was, and she loved to play outside, and she was the ruler of the house, and she'd get after her brothers, and she followed them all around, and she loved to be barefooted, and she was a loving person. She loved her animals. She loved outdoors. Then he has to bring up the fact that he is terrified that she's locked away somewhere and doesn't get to go outside. And for me, I hear that as a concern for his daughter, knowing how much she loved the outdoors. Now, it makes me wonder, though, does he know that she's not getting to go outdoors? Does he know that she's not getting to play out there? And that's why he's making that comment? I don't know. I don't know. But Candace and Dawn both did say, we want our daughter home. We'd give anything to have her home. And Candace said, we just want her to come home. That's something that's almost had to be forced out of Katie and Chris. So I had in the past looked at that whole video differently after being on Sebastian's case so hard and so deep. Listening to that right before we started, I was listening to it again. It really stood out. If they know where she's at, if they did anything, they're not making excuses about her being bad or danced funny or nothing that's so negative. And Dawn, well, yeah, Mimi Jean, I'm not making excuses for them. Okay. But I do see a big difference between the Wells interview and Katie and Chris. I see a big difference. I don't understand how two parents that we've actually really thought was responsible for these kids being missing can give interviews so differently. And I mean, it's just a complete opposite. If you really stop, you really listen to the words, body language, Candace would look lost. She just was kind of there. Don, he just seemed that he had to talk. But I just didn't hear an urgent. I didn't hear the urgency in their voice. I did not hear almost a begging. Because we've all said this before. If our child was missing, we would all be out there begging people to keep looking. She's out there somewhere. Please keep looking. I have to have her back. That urgency. And it's not there with either parent. I don't know if that's how you guys looked at it or heard it, but that's how I took it. And it's funny because I had a whole different perception on that interview. A whole different, it was crazy when I listened to it a while ago. All I could hear was Katie and Chris coming up with negative. He was a good kid, but he did have temper tantrums. He he loved to dance, but if you saw us dancing, you wouldn't, I'm not sure we can consider that dancing, all that kind of stuff. He had a goofy smile. All the things. It gets turned into a negative. With them, they described her. They described a happy little girl who loved to run around outside in the country, barefooted, playing with her brothers, everything you would think from a typical 5-year-old little girl at that time. She loved Frozen. She loved to go outside and play. She liked to swing. Those kind of things. I don't know, guys. I just saw that in a whole different way. But I did see two parents that were just uneasy talking. I saw two parents that were not in an urgent type of scared mood, thinking their child was out there somewhere and they had to find them. I don't get that from Dawn and Candace's interview. I just don't. Oh, TJ, you were right. They had too many dogs on that property for anybody to sneak up. You would hear him or hear them barking. Yes. My gosh. Yes. That was definitely not a stranger coming up there. And even if it was somebody that they knew that came up there or even met her down by the road, those dogs would be there. Yes, Annabella's mother, she says she's still alive. And she's been right on a whole bunch of stuff, let me tell you. But I don't know, guys. I can sit here and go over notes. I can sit here and go over interviews. I can sit here and listen and listen and listen. And it's still just a guessing game. Some are still missing. And there's nothing that we can really do. And that is, TJ, I believe that's it. Exactly. And I do believe Dawn owed a debt. I really do. If it was something along that lines, I'm not sure that Candace knew. I think Dawn knew, but I don't think Dawn realized it was going to be that day. March down the street on fire. Yes, TJ, I believe she knows now. Yes. But I'm not sure. In my mind, I can't see her knowing it was going to happen. And I say that because if everything played out the way we've kind of seen it play out, then Candace wouldn't have even been home about the time Summer come up missing. Dawn says she went missing around 5:36. No. Because we know Candace was seen on, this is supposedly on a camera on Light Hollow Road. And that was around 3:45. We know that, yes, Miss Kathy, Rhonda's garage just burnt down. Her son was living there. All of his stuff is gone. He lost his dog. It was burnt. And now the neighbor's garage down the road, they have an arsonist. I bet you. Tina, it's possible it could be an old neighbor or someone in the family that kidnapped her. Very possible. Um, something happened at the water hole and she didn't make it home that day. You know, the only thing that makes me think she did, and Anna, is because we know they were at the water hole and they left there and went to pick up grandma's medicine. And I remember Ronnie Lawson saying there was video footage at Walgreens and a couple of other places that verified that she was in the car and she was alive. And so if they went to Sonic after that and then they went to get groceries and stuff, the lady at Sonic said she seen her as well. Yes, Rhonda's son lost everything he had. The picture, she sent me a picture. It was bad. It was bad. So I don't know how it played out, but if Candace was seen, they got home around 3, between 3:20ish is kind of the estimated guess. And they unloaded groceries. Candace has never said she was driving down Light Hollow Road, but that day, about 3:45, she was seen on camera, supposedly. We know she was down at Fred Hill's at about 4 o'clock, and she ran into Chad Arnold. She said she asked him if he had seen Summer. He said no, and she said, I can't find her. She's missing. And he told her, supposedly, that next time he was up on Bays Mountain, he would look for her. That always sounded really, really weird. What a weird thing to say. I mean, why Bays Mountain? I don't know. But dry drowned, that was huge thoughts there for a while. Yeah. And it's still possible. It is still possible. I don't know. But I would think if that something like that would have happened to her, I worry that Candace might have panicked and called the police, ambulance or something. Clinch Mountain is where the Carly girl was found. Okay, Moonshine Girl, is that close to Bays Mountain? Hey, Miss Sue, thanks for being in here. You think they sold Summer? I think the drug debt that Dawn owed, I do think that's huge. Because if he went to that place, that hotel in Knoxville, they had drugs, they had girls, and he would stay a week or two. And he would bring some of that stuff back to the holler and sell it. He would go back and pay the money. Not really. Oh, he might have said Clinch Mountain, Moonshine Girl. I thought she had said Bays Mountain. That's why I was like, it was just really weird. But yeah, it might have been he sold her or something. I don't know. But I do think if he owed that money and he had brought that girl from that hotel, he dropped her off in Bristol somewhere close to the racetrack. He was supposed to take her back. He was supposed to pay for the drugs he brought home. That right there is enough. Because they were in business making money off of girls. And that's my biggest fear. But I don't see in that last video any type of urgency. I also wonder, why was only 4 miles outside of the house, in a 4-mile radius or outside of the house? Why only 4 miles? Why not go further out? Why not let people volunteer so you got enough people to spread out? You know, go out 10 miles away or something. It stayed really tight and close to the house. And that's law enforcement. So what is their connection? Were they part of drug ring or something? Or were they covering up for it? I mean, dadgum, they brought the bottle of whiskey out there. You don't do that. Hey, Ziggy. Hope everything's good your way. Why keep searching Fields Road? That is a good question. That is a good question. But you know, the neighbors did go to Fields Road, to their old property, the night before to look for Summer and for Jackie Dobbs. That was her words. So why would you look for Summer if she wasn't gone? And if Candace was running around looking for Summer around 4 o'clock-ish, what happened for those 2 hours? Supposedly, she was in town at a store. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Anna. There is no video. Yes, 1 foot. 1 print of 1 foot is all they found in a couple of places. I think it was, 3 places? But it would definitely have been on the back side of their property, going down a ways, and I don't know. Maybe if they'd have searched a little further out, they might have found more footprints. And maybe that was put there intentionally to lead them that direction, and they took her out the other way. You know, I'm to that point in Sebastian's case where when his stepfather tells us, you need to go this way and this way, I would think you need to go back that way. Because I get the feeling he's leading everybody on a goose chase. And I'm thinking it's the same thing with Summer. Might be wrong. I don't know. But I do think that we have to keep talking about her. We have to keep talking about the case. Yes, that case has gotten so messed up. It is crazy. But we are going to do Summer Sunday every week. Every Sunday, we're going to do Summer, go over her case, talk about it some more, listen, because we've started from the beginning. So we're going to start progressing along there. And so we'll definitely keep up with her, keep talking about her. And all we can do, guys, is pray that TBI is doing something. We can pray that they're doing what they need to be doing. Oh, it was never confirmed. Okay, Fred, thank you for that. It was never confirmed it was her footprints. I always wondered about that. Okay. Well, see, it might not even be her footprints. But I wonder how it could be that a person's just got 1 foot. So, I don't know. Don't know. And that's the saddest part of all. We're 3 years out, and there's a lot we don't know. And it's hard to sit here and talk about Summer and her case and what's going on and where we've progressed to. But that's the problem. We haven't progressed. We're still sitting here with just a little bit of information. They guarantee us they're still talking about her. They're still looking into stuff. They guarantee us that her case has not gone cold. But we don't know anything about that. And I don't think that we should let her case just sit. We have to keep talking about it. We have to keep her name out there, because if we stop, it's almost as if there's people out there that want that to happen. And I'm afraid those people are the ones that might have answers. There's people out there that might be someone that can lead us right to where she is. Oh, Fred, looky here. Fred's cracking the case open for us. He said the property that it was on had 2 small children on that property. I did not know that. Okay. Thank you, Fred. So we can't go by those footprints. We just can't do that. And that leaves us with what? Not a whole lot more. But I do know this. I do know that Summer has stolen our hearts, that she has become part of us, each and every one of us. I do know that there's a lot of people out there that love this little girl and want her found. And I know that there's a lot of people that would rather us just shut up and go away. Because I bet they didn't expect all of us to be here 3 years later talking about her, that it would have just faded out easily. And they could have got away with it. But we're not letting them win. So we'll keep talking about her. We'll do what we can. We can pray. We can, look into people, do our research. There's not a whole lot left. That's the worst part of all. I don't know. Yeah, we're not going away. Yes, Annabella, there is a lot of it. There is a lot of it. And the bad part is, instead of clarifying things for us, people just get pissed off because it's being said. Well, that's what we've heard. So we're going to say it. We're going to talk about it a little bit. But nobody can be nice enough to say, hey, like just Fred, just puts it out here to us. Okay, that clears that up. But there's people that can't do that. There's people that get mad. They get pissed. Then, it creates drama. But I will have to say this community over here in Summers area, there has been no lawsuits. There has been no POs. There's been no all the things happening. Nobody's been threatened. Well, no, I can't say that, can I? But 3 different scent dogs follow a scent to Ben Hill Road from a shoe and sock of Summers. Okay. People do stay pissed, Annabella. Yes. Smoke coming in my front door. It's down the street. Miss Rhonda, somebody is trying to do bad to y'all out there. Wow, that's 2 garages. That's crazy. Y'all keep Miss Rhonda, her neighborhood in your prayers. There's some crazy people out there. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get off of here and let y'all finish out your Sunday night. Thank you to everybody that was listening. Thank you to everybody that came in, everybody in chat. I appreciate y'all so much. And keep Blue Eyes Jewel and her mother in your prayer. They are both sick and not feeling great. Yes, they did, Miss Rhonda. He did. CP did say that he had watched Summer's case. So, okay, well, I'll probably get on tomorrow. We'll catch up on Sebastian's case and talk about it a little bit. And definitely next Sunday, we'll come back for Summer Sunday. So, I do thank y'all. Y'all have a good week. A super great Monday. I think it's a holiday tomorrow for most everybody. So if you're off for holiday tomorrow, enjoy your day. Try to relax and chill. Enjoy it. But I love you all so much. Thank y'all. I appreciate everything you do. Stay strong for summer. And we're going to see this through. We will. Yes, everybody have a great Monday. Okay, TJ. All righty. Thank you. All right. So, guys, thank you, Fred, for your information and clearing us up. I appreciate that. I can always ask him a question, and he's always honest with me about it. I appreciate him so much. So, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Mwah. Love and hugs, everybody. Bye.